Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing something very cool, something that I didn't think I'm going to be doing up until very recently. And anyways, let's just get to it. But before we get to it, an important number here to keep in mind would be 12,864, which stands for my current prestige, so 12864, right? And hopefully by end of that video we're going to see significantly higher number and possibly even past the 13,000 mark. Right, so in today's video I am taking up a champion, a 6-star to rank 3, and in this case it's going to be Namor. Now, before I get to doing the actual rank up, actually I think I should just explain as I go along, because these things do take a while. And yeah, so let's get there. Now, in order to save Mutant Catalyst, because tier 4 CC is actually a legit problem these days, I will in fact use one of these generic rank 1 to rank 2 gems. Now, Namor, I actually got to dupe him like a couple of weeks ago, which was very exciting, because I was looking for a mutant champion to take up to rank 3 as my prestige option. And Namor is like second highest mutant champion in terms of prestige, as a 6-star, and that's pretty much perfect. Awakening him was amazing. Yesterday I also managed to put another 20 signature stones on him, which is actually very helpful, because that means I will have some generic 6 stones left over. And the reason why this rank up currently fits perfectly in my head is because I do have the ability to take him up to Sig 200 immediately, and that will serve quite few important purposes, because Namor for once is one of those champions that pretty much demands max signature level, and you feel like you don't really have Namor if you do not have him at max sig, because everything that's utility wise hidden in that package is tied to his signature level, and it demands Sig 200 because you do not want any damage taken back. You want to reflect all of that damage. So now that I do have the ability to take him to Sig 200, it kind of seemed like my first stop, no-brainer option at this point. He's going to be one of my prestige flagships, I think, for a very long time. And he's a 6-star champion that's quite a bit of a luxury to have, because it's not a very custom thing to be able to take a 6-star to rank 3 and Sig 200, especially given how scarce the 6-star signature stones are. So let's press the button. There he goes, and that is awesome. I love that. I'm not the biggest fan of Namor in general, but in this case he's like a compromise that I'm perfectly making. He is not a bad champion by any means. He is toward the top end of mutant class. He is one of the highest prestige options, and he just so happens to be in the class where I absolutely needed it and I had the resources for. Not to mention the fact that all of the next AQ season seemingly is geared towards mutant champions. He will be more than likely able to provide me help there. In addition to that, he will inevitably have some uses here and there throughout the game. So it's not just a prestige rank up, and that makes it feel a whole lot of a better, because there are times when you rank up your Thor Ragnaroks or Phoenixes or I'm out of mutant tier. This is the first time in about a year, I think, when I'm out of an ISO of a certain class. This doesn't feel right. I mean, I clearly have plenty of ISO left in other classes, but I did not see that coming. Where did my mutant ISO go? That's a bit odd, but okay. Okay, whatever. We're nearly there anyway. Now, this definitely took me a bit by surprise. I don't have any mutant ISO. World all of a sudden seems a lot more harsher place. Because I generally never thought, counted, or worried about any class ISO. But it's quite alright, we're nearly there. Right, so 43. Let's just claim max and see what happens afterwards. There we go. And and we're there. Right. So obviously Namor itself at 640 isn't going to do a whole lot for my prestige. You can see that my prestige yet has not shifted. My prestige is still 12,864. However, we do have some items. So we can start with the 1 plus 5, so, and then we're going to use all of the mutant ones. I actually hadn't used any mutant signature stones like ever on any champion as a 6-star. So this is a fairly sizable stash compared to what I have in other classes, I'd have to say. And mutant signature stones alone managed to take him to Sig 98, which would already kind of be somewhat workable and respectable. Let's see what that ability would be at 98. And he would reflect 55% of the damage taken, so that still wouldn't be nearly enough, I'd say, to make him actually reliable and useful. But we can see that my prestige has started moving up. My prestige is 12,933. And now at this point, we're going to be using a lot of generic signature stones. We're going to be using 102 of them to flat out take him to Sig 200. Now this will help me in a couple of ways. First, I can start hoarding up mutant signature stones for whoever I want to rank up next, quite possibly Omega Red. And honestly, I would take Omega Red if prestige wouldn't be quite as important. But my current mindset here right now is that I'm first going to do the prestige rank up that I have to do, and then I'm free to do whatever rank ups I please and signature up whatever champions I please. So even though Omega Red is quite definitely better champion, better mutant than Namor, and would arguably even help me a bit more, but prestige is a very, very big thing. So Omega Red will have to wait. In addition to that, I do have maxed 5-star max Sig Omega Red, and I haven't taken up my Namor as a 5-star. So this kind of actually expands the reach of my account somewhat, because currently if I really needed Namor, I didn't have him ranked up, I would have had to take up my 5-star. Right, so now we are at 13,184. Now that is some reasonable prestige. I'm not done with my prestige though. There's a bit more, because I did have some 6-star signature stones in my overflow. And there is a champion that will help my prestige even more. So I have 43 6-star signature stones. And that means that Silver Surfer is going to go to 621, because Silver Surfer is the highest prestige champion, and it is well within my best interest to get this guy up as quickly as I can as well. So Silver Surfer is Sig 120, Namor Sig 200. My Dr. Doom is like Sig 166, I believe. Warlock is Sig 200. So yeah, Dr. Doom 166. Namor is 200 now. Silver Surfer is 120. Warlock is 200. And Nick Fury, I believe, is Sig 100. I actually managed to dupe him not that long ago, Sig 104. I will not give Nick Fury any more signature stones. My next prestige rank up, once I actually can have the signature stones and justify it, will be Thor Ragnarok, most likely. But currently, let's take a look at that, and we have 13,304 in prestige department. So we went from 12,864 to 13,300. So that's like 440 jump. It's a very, very, very significant bump in prestige, which I am well happy about. But now, just as a quick kind of finale, let's jump in those special quests and test out the Namor a little bit. I do not have any specific mastery setups or suicides or anything for him, but I'm gonna make a quick team for him. So we're gonna put in Professor X, we're gonna put in Apocalypse. Do we need anything else for Namor? Really, he doesn't really have any specific synergies. I guess he had like the double synergy with Magneto, which is kind of cool. And then I can put in, what is this, Archangel? I think that could work. Yeah, I suppose that should be fine. Let's just jump in and see what happens. I will post some more Namor gameplay videos, don't worry about that. I will more than likely put on Suicide Masteries back on today, some point, and then we can have some fun. But now let's just head in there and see some base stats, base damage from Namor. Get to those 30 outrages and see what's what, right? So I actually think that I would be kind of good with 15 outrages at some point somewhere here. But I actually will have to relearn how to play this guy a bit. I know that in shorter fights you can definitely cut down the rotation length using your heavy attack like halfway through, and that point of like having 15 outrage is pretty much fine. So the base hits do some damage, nothing too great, but I think at this point is pretty much perfect. So we're gonna drop the first level 3, and then we should be able to drop another level 3, double up on Furies, and just have a ton of good fun. Whoopsie. Okay, so that didn't quite go according to plan. There was a whoopsie. It's a classic whoopsie moment, but we recovered there quick enough for it still to work. So now we're gonna have 2 Furies, and we should have some very, very solid damage. And again, I just dashed in like a crazy person. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And that will definitely finish it off. So I didn't play it well at all, but considering there were no Suicide Masteries involved, Professor X wasn't ramped up, and he's not made Horseman of Apocalypse, I think once you do get those double Furies going, the damage is quite up there. Problem is with timing and stuff like that, but that's a matter of practice. Either way, let me know what you guys think about my rank up. What do you guys think about Namor in general? And yeah, any new rank 3 6 stars for you guys? Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.